Welcome to Immerse Poets reading for Week 7, Day 31.
Immersed in Proverbs. The Creator intends for us to flourish in our life on this earth. There is a way of wisdom, rooted in deep respect and reverence for God Himself, that leads us to this good life. One particular literary tradition in Israel was centered on exploring and teaching this path. Today we can find it reflected in the Bible's wisdom books. The first example of this tradition is found in the book of Proverbs. Proverbs does not take the form of a narrative, but its wisdom teachings are an integral part of the story of the Bible. In this book, the ancient Israelites collected wise sayings, or proverbs, to help them follow the right course in life. These proverbs are not absolute promises about what will happen in all situations, but are short, memorable sayings that offer practical advice for good living. It's a universal phenomenon for cultures to produce maxims that express their perspectives on how life is to be lived wisely. For example, we might say, "Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Measure twice, cut once. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Israel's proverbs offer such practical wisdom, but also have the incomparable advantage of being informed by the nation's experiences and its covenant relationship with God. The proverbs in the Bible display the basic literary device found in all Hebrew poetry: parallelism. Hebrew proverbs are usually expressed in poetic couplets, two-line compositions in which the second line echoes, contrasts, or elaborates on the first. Here are a few examples. Just as the rich rule the poor, so the borrower is servant to the lender. Sensible children bring joy to their father. Foolish children despise their mother. Stay away from fools, for you won't find knowledge on their lips. Such proverbs are not like lyric poetry. That is, they probably weren't originally sung, like the poems in Israel's songbooks. But the brevity, repetition, and imagery of the proverbs. For example, as a door swings back and forth on its hinges, so the lazy person turns over in bed, nevertheless make them just as memorable as words set to music. The biblical book of Proverbs contains 6 collections of such sayings. They have been gathered from named figures, including Solomon, Agur, and Lemuel, as well as from unnamed figures known simply as the wise. To introduce these collections, the book offers a series of exhortations, also in poetry, though in stanzas longer than couplets, praising the benefits of learning from the sages of the past by feasting on the banquet of their wisdom. The book ends with an acrostic poem, following the letters of the Hebrew alphabet, about a virtuous and capable wife. This may be seen as an application of the book's overall teaching to a particular person's life, to offer an example of how the way of wisdom might be played out. The collected proverbs presented throughout the book share a common vision of life. There are 2 paths that can be followed: that of the fool, or the wicked, and that of the wise, or the righteous. The proverbs appeal to experience and common sense to make the case that, everything else being equal, the wise prosper in this life, enjoying financial success, health, good relationships, and a good reputation through diligence and hard work, while the foolish take shortcuts, get-rich-quick schemes, shady friendships, cutting corners, etc., and end up missing out. The other wisdom books in the First Testament, Ecclesiastes and Job, will add important qualifications to this view. But the place to begin the journey is with the down-to-earth advice offered in the book of Proverbs. It offers a solid presentation of wisdom rooted in a right relationship with God, seeking to follow the way that leads to a life that is truly life.
The Book of Proverbs. These are the Proverbs of Solomon, David's son, King of Israel. Their purpose is to teach people wisdom and discipline, to help them understand the insights of the wise. Their purpose is to teach people to live disciplined and successful lives, to help them do what is right, just, and fair. These proverbs will give insight to the simple, knowledge and discernment to the young. Let the wise listen to these proverbs and become even wiser. Let those with understanding receive guidance by exploring the meaning in these proverbs and parables, the words of the wise and their riddles. Fear of the Lord is the foundation of true knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. My child, listen when your father corrects you. Don't neglect your mother's instruction. What you learn from them will crown you with grace and be a chain of honor around your neck. My child, if sinners entice you, turn your back on them. They may say, "Come and join us, let's hide and kill someone. Just for fun, let's ambush the innocent. Let's swallow them alive like the grave. Let's swallow them whole like those who go down to the pit of death. Think of the great things we'll get. We'll fill our houses with all the stuff we take. Come, throw in your lot with us. We'll all share the loot." My child, don't go along with them. Stay far away from their paths. They rush to commit evil deeds. They hurry to commit murder. If a bird sees a trap being set, it knows to stay away. But these people set an ambush for themselves. They are trying to get themselves killed. Such is the fate of all who are greedy for money. It robs them of life.
This concludes today's Immerse reading experience. Thank you for joining us.